second game in 25 tries.
Hello and welcome to Lake Show. I'm Chris McGee, joined by Lakers insider Mike Bresnahan, and from ESPN Radio in Los Angeles, the host of the pre- and post-game show, Alan Sleevel. How was that?
Hold on.
Introduction. Strong?
Very strong.
People are starting to recognize Alan. We were just talking about it in the makeup room. Like, people might see him at Ralph's and come up and talk to him. He's kind of a big deal now. Keith.
Only Bresnahan recognized me. That was it. Nobody else.
It's big. It's big.
All right, let's go to LeBron's Instagram story.
Are you on delay today?
I got 5 people talking in my ear because there was a full panic situation, but we're so back. This is LeBron Brunch. The director really stayed cool, as he wanted me to tell you. Dave O's.
Thanks, I didn't hear any of it in my ear. Did you hear any of it?
This is
I'm just talking about how popular you were.
Lakers winning on the road here.
I'm proud of our guys. It's tough to fly cross country and, and win that first game. And what I love about this win is, we can win a variety of different ways. We have great versatility. Last game we scored 140 points, and we're able to secure that victory in a different style of game. This one was more of a grinded-out game, and our defense held up. We won scoring 96 points, so I love our versatility.
It felt like the first game on the East Coast road trip, coming from West. That's what it felt like. Pretty much them first couple games. It's gonna be tough because you've been on West Coast time the whole time. So we've been, we're 3 hours before, behind. But we started off the game, playing really good basketball, but we let them back in the third quarter, and we had to grind it out, which we're capable of doing that. We're capable of winning games in the high hundreds, or winning games in the low hundreds, or the 90s. So it was a good game for us.
Our mindset, when we on the road, we always have, we always say it's a +3 mentality. So we just got to play, through all play fouls. Sometimes we don't get a lot. We got to play through that. We just got to stick with each other as a unit. I think we've been doing that the last, every road game we've been on.
When we get on the road, we want to dominate. We want to come out. We want to get our fans on our side early and go out there and win the game. It's tough winning on the road, especially, we're going to get teams' best shot every single night, but this team is built for it. We have a lot of experience in playing this game, so we understand the difficulties of playing on the road.
And it isn't sunshine all the time in Miami. Allie Clifton posted this video of her getting on the tarmac, just straight puddles.
Sad Allie.
It's too bad, Allie. I'm sorry your vacation has got a little rain in it. Her really tough work out there.
Her beach party in South Beach is
it's done.
Yeah. That's really a sad little post there.
By the way, Brez, I am sorry, Alan. You are a big deal. I was not aware that's what Brez said. I kind of tuned him out because I was focused on what to do next.
That was an amazing moment.
Just full crickets?
Well, Alan's like a big timer now. He's on the pregame show. He's on the postgame show.
Yeah.
People are starting to recognize him in the streets. And I brought this up, and you just kind of went.
I said the only person that recognized me is Brez, and you were just quiet.
Yeah.
Just complete silence.
Oh, man, that's one of the greatest moments of TV. So listen, you go cross country. How big is it to get that first win? You got the time change. Yeah. You're a little bit off your schedule. You're playing at a different time, Brez.
Yeah, and it was a unique script. The Lakers don't want to ever allow a team to 9 points in the first quarter and then barely hang on to win when the game was almost over. I mean, it was getting a little scary there in the fourth quarter, but they won, and that's all that matters. This was kind of the weird game of the road trip. Really, not much of a storyline in Orlando. Vogel coached there a few years ago. Dwight played there several years ago. But now they have like storylines. Miami hasn't lost at home. Indiana always willing to upset the Lakers there. The Bucks are amazing. So this was the one game that they had to get past Allen, and they did, even though it was not pretty.
It's funny because LeBron in the postgame, it sounded like they lost the way he was referring to the game. Well, we shot 50% from the free throw line. We were struggling here. We were struggling there. I think that's kind of the beauty with this Lakers team is it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to have 48 minutes of perfect basketball. They struggled in that second and third quarter. Fourth quarter, they needed stops. They found a way to get a win. What you don't want to see is you have to get a loss in order to make these adjustments. They can get a win and still make the adjustments. They did that yesterday.
I just love that there was a lot of Laker Twitter last night having a little bit of a panic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the world was about to end. Yeah, the world was about to end.
Team's 22-3.
Yes. They're going to lose a bad game here.
It's going to happen.
It's okay.
Our Twitter poll question of the day, which game is going to be a tougher challenge for the Lakers on this road trip? Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks. I know what the obvious answer looks like it is, and I think most people will vote for the Bucks because they are on, what, a 16-game win streak. But, Brez, the Heat are tricky too. Are you going with the Bucks?
I'm going to go with the Bucks. They have everybody back. Middleton was out for a while, but he is officially back. And the reserves are really, really good. Now, Miami's got Dragic coming off the bench, and he's having a little bit of a renaissance year. He's kind of bouncing back. But, yeah, you got to go with the Bucks.
So Miami hasn't lost at home yet. I'm going to go Miami on this one just because it's kind of that game. Lakers will be prepared for the Milwaukee Bucks. That's a game that we're talking about, and it's still 4 games away, right?
Right.
I think with the Miami Heat, that could be one of those games that just kind of, I guess, sneaks by you. You don't realize that this is the second best team in the Eastern Conference. They got 18 wins. They're 11-0 at home right now. Bucks game is going to be incredibly difficult. My concern is that maybe they're more worried about that Bucks game, less worried about the Heat game.
LeBron will not let them lose to Miami. I just don't see that happening. He's going back to one of his places where he played. I'd be shocked, but it's not a bad theory.
Did you have 50? You have 50 less?
By the way, when you're a big deal, you can go and think outside the box.
You can.
People think it's cool.
I appreciate it.
I agree. I like that you went that way.
Are 5 people yelling in your ear right now?
No. Everybody's mellow now. Everyone's having a great time. We're all caught up. Our Lake Show gift of the day, JaVale McGee having a little catch with a young Lakers fan prior to the game in Orlando, and the kid is absolutely loving it.
That's
just
pretty
juiced.
Cool. That's very cool.
Laker fan. You know what? The kid's going to do all right, isn't he? Good hands, nice throw. He's a Laker fan.
Nice
genuine joy.
He's not going to have a lifetime of misery being a Heat fan or an Orlando fan.
And where he placed the ball, right at JaVale's hand. It's almost like he was passing to him in the post right there. Look at that. That's pretty strong.
What if you're a lifelong Magic fan, Alan?
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't know if you have a lot of
That's not good.
Magic fans listening to your show, so I don't even want to bother anybody like that. Or
You're a lifelong Laker fan. Does something happen like this with you when you were young?
No,
like
never had
Magic's
that
autograph
moment.
or anything like that?
No.
At the Forum?
No, but one time, James Worthy was driving out of the Forum, and I was in college, and we drove up, and he was next to us. I told him this story. He has no recollection. And we rolled down the window and asked him if he had any Grey Poupon. I don't know if you remember that commercial.
Of course.
That's a true story. True story on my life. First time I ever saw it.
How does he not remember that? That's spectacular.
I don't know, because James, his jersey's on the wall. He doesn't remember things like that.
He has like 27.
You said, we're going to work together.
We're going to work together one day, James. Coming up on Lake Show, Jared Dudley kept his promise and stood up for his teammates when push came to shove. Ahead, we'll hear from Duds on staying ready. Brez, would you do that if someone from Channel 4 pushed me around?
Channel 4
7?
News team.
Channel 2?
Yeah,
like that?
especially Channel 4.
Not Jim Hill. If he pushed me, you got to let him.
Brez would throw punches.
Jim Hill's the greatest.
Jim Hill is.
She knows what's going on in Orlando. Big game. Why don't you get your comments in before we go to LeBron James, just about this team winning their 12th in a row on the road, and maybe it was sloppy, but a win's a win, getting it done.
Yeah. For the most part, this team has been playing very consistent, good defense throughout this early season. 82 games, you're going to have a ugly game sometimes. It's just going to happen. I thought the third quarter for the Lakers, only scoring 18 points, allowed Magic to get their momentum and get some confidence. But they know how to win. And that's when it comes down to leadership. LeBron James, triple-double. I mean, he's the guy that kept things intact with 11 rebounds and 10 assists for 25 points. I also thought in a critical part of the game, Dudley and Caruso came in and hit some big shots. Dudley with 9, Caruso with 7, kind of keep them in the game. So it was a sloppy game, but sometimes you got to win sloppy, and they're able to do that.
Yeah, it's not quite the template that the Lakers want to follow going forward. You have a great first quarter. You give up only 9 points, the fewest in forever for the Lakers. You have a nice 24-point cushion in the second quarter. Everyone's happy in Lakerland. And then you kind of fade slowly a little bit, but recover in the end. Like you said, James, some pretty nice contributions from Avery Bradley. In the fourth quarter, he had a nice little bucket. Caruso, yet again, kind of pushing that lead up. KCP, 4 threes, 15 points. He is not ready to let go of that starting gig yet, is he?
Yeah, KCP came up big with those 4 threes, a couple of those late as well. He stopped a couple of runs with 3-pointers. Karan, let's talk LeBron James. Big Game had talked about the leadership, and on a night where Anthony Davis is not scoring 50 or 40, LeBron James is the guy that gets you that triple-double. He now has 6 on the year, and he continues to move up that all-time list, and LeBron James getting it done with 25, 11, and 10, and there he is, 5th with 87.
Look, he's battle-tested, and you need guys to step up in those moments, and, you know, the best player on the planet is going to do that on a consistent basis. You know, shows no signs of declining. I thought he stepped up in a major way, knocking down outside shots, you know, facilitating, looking for his teammates, was able to manufacture a triple-double in a really ugly game, but most importantly, get a quality win.
Yeah, you said it right, Geet. A few nights ago, Anthony Davis electrified Staples Center. 50-point game, as it was called by LeBron. 50-burger. You know, whatever it was amazing. Tonight, he didn't quite have it. All right, he was 6 for 20 from the field. He had, 16 points or whatever it was. He didn't have it on the scoring end. No problem. LeBron James saying, all right, we're on the road against a team under 500. I'll take over. We cannot start this 5-game trip with an L.
Yeah, Lakers heading to South Beach. They played Miami on Friday. Let's get you to the highlights. Lakers coming into this one with the best Western Conference record at 21-3. They're looking for the 96-87. The Lakers are now 22-3. They've won 12 road games in a row. They've won 5 games in a row, and they head to Miami to play the Heat.